It's a perfect situation.
Hello, this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead. This is a joint of gammon that I buy when I go to the abattoir butchers. It's, I don't know if the camera will make it out, but it's just over 3 kilos in weight. Now, I couldn't tell you how much it was, and even if I could, it's probably different in your area, or if you're doing this with beef or pork or lamb, it's going to be a different price. But basically, it's a 3 kilo joint that I'm going to make into about 4 meals for 2 of us. So the first thing I'm going to do is take it out of this packaging and give it a bit of a wash, because I bought this several months ago when I went the butchers, and I put it in the freezer, and it's been sitting in there waiting until I do something with it. So I am now going through my freezer and things that are in there waiting to be put into meals. I'm going to go through them, and this is one of them. So I'll wash it off and then I'll bring it back. I've washed it all off now. The reason I wash it off because I know these are quite salty, so I'll wash it so it's not bad, because it's the brine that they've been covered in. Now what I want is 2 nice chops for tonight, but I'm going to be saving as much of this this elastic as I can. So I'm going to take 2 nice boneless gammon chops off here, and those are going to be for our tea tonight. And I'm keeping the skin on it because it'll be nice and tasty. Well, that's what Mason will think anyway. So that's big, thick gammon joint. I think I'm going to save that one for tomorrow, and let's start another couple for tonight. To what there is for tomorrow, and I want to take the fat and skin off it because I'm going to slow cook this. But as you know, I don't like anything going to waste. That will be cooked up and given to Mason. But this is for tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is, like I said, it's that thick. I think I'm going to do big chunks out of it. Really big chunks. So that is for tomorrow. This I want to wrap back up in this butcher's thing, and I'm going to cook it just like that, and I'll have gammon ham for slicing. We'll have sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches, and applesauce. Yes, because I've got some bread on the go, some sourdough. That'll be lovely. And there'll be some left over I'm going to make pizzas out of. So this is where we are at the moment. Tonight, chops with potato wedges, mushy peas, probably pineapple as well. Tomorrow, big chunks of gammon that I'm going to slow cook. And while these are in the oven cooking tonight, I will cook up what's left of this joint. So this will last me for a few days as well. So there is just 3 really big meals. But I'm going to stretch it even further than that. First meal, dishing up now. A nice big piece of gammon for lurch. A slightly smaller piece for me. This is the end that has been cooking at the same time as the other things, and a load of other things I'm doing. Herbed potatoes. Herb chips. Meal number 1. Gammon, herb potato chips and mushy peas. Second meal from that gammon joint that I'm doing is a slow cooker meal. Those big chunks of gammon I have just browned up quickly in a frying pan. In here I have got, there's a bit of chicken stock in the bottom of it, and this is a frozen lump. Don't know if you can see it. Alright, let me get out of the, let me turn the light on. Yep, this is a frozen lump of roasted tomato. There's tomato, onion, garlic in there that I roasted in the oven the other week. I made 2 of these and put them both in the freezer, and they're an ideal thing to add to meat, a slow cooker meal. I made this so I know there's no celery in it. So this is my dehydrated celery. Don't need much of it because, believe it or not, that's 3 stalks of celery in there. Well, 3 heads of celery stalks, whatever you like to call it. These 2 jars are the last of my dehydrated apples from last year, and as my tree is now starting to give off some of its some of its apples, I will be dehydrating this year's. I hope you heard that, how good the seal is with them. Yes, there are oxygen absorbers. They have been in there the whole time because it's been about a year. And I'm going to put a few apple slices in because gammon pork is a good friends with apple. So dehydrated apple goes in. You could use fresh, it's just that I want to use up last year's dehydrated things because I'll be putting in this year's. So that's celery and apples in there, and this is my brown pieces of gammon. Sorry about that. It's Herbal Postman. And there we have it. I will decide later what I'm going to have this with. In the meantime, I'm just going to put the lid on. It's on the high setting. Let's just check. Yeah, it's on high. it'll be on high for about an hour or so to get it really nice and hot, because it does take a while in a slow cooker. That's why it's called slow cooker. And then after now 2 hours, I'll lower it and put it on a low setting and just let it blip away until I decide what I'm going to do with it. Because you can have it with mashed potatoes, new potatoes, rice, pasta, whatever. It's just a nice, thick, hearty meal. And as you saw, big chunks. So I'll show you that in a moment. Second meal. This is what that joint that I covered back up and cooked in the oven together with other things. So I'm actually going to cut it up now as to how I want it, because I know what I'm going to be using it for. But this will show you, possibly not, because it is going dull, but this is set very jelly like. So I think Mason is going to be having that with his tea. Plus, there's a piece of the round there for him, so that's in his bowl. But I'm going to cut this up now to how I want it. These are chunks of that gammon cut up, and they're going to be for meal 3, which will be tonight. There's all the lovely gelatinous wobbly jelly juices. Mason will have some to rehydrate his rice with, although not tonight. He's also got some of the gammon fat and gammon bits for tonight. He's also got some for the next couple of nights as well. And I've still got more of the gammon chunks left, and there's more of them than I'll be using tonight. So that's going to make a 4th meal out of it. And I'm not sure, well, I am sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time. But we'll see. Meal number 3. Birch and mine gammon egg fried rice done my way. Thank you. Bye.
It's a perfect